Almost need sunglasses. What's up, guys? Mr. Grant Whitaker, 777's here. Just wanted to show you what a recovery boat for watercross kind of looks like. Just actually pulled it out of the lake. Gonna be putting her into storage here shortly. There are a lot of different configurations of what people have built for these. Once again, you know, I couldn't really find anything on the internet, but it's kind of obvious, you know, take a pontoon or a paddle boat or even just some barrels, building a raft structure over the top of it, and then some sort of a crane, you know, designed to pull the sleds out of the water. Show you some details of what we came up with here, but some kind of the specs. You know, it's a 16-footer. Bought this, you know, with just a non-running engine, just kind of went from there. It's had a couple different upgrades and things over the years now that we found have worked well. Probably the biggest thing is having more than one winch. If your winch fails, you know, and you got to sled down in the water, that's going to be a bad day. We even have just a manual crank, which we could probably try and get a sled out of the water with if we had to. But we do have dual, I believe they're 3,500-pound Badland winches. The whole front section is cut out, kind of the same size of a sled. Did wrap some just outdoor carpet from Menards on here, with just some wood back in the inside, just so you don't get cut or anything when you're coming up out of the water. Here's those two winches I was talking about that are mounted up there. We did switch the cable out to synthetic rope. That was a huge upgrade as well, because, you know, when your hand's running on the cable, you can get a metal sliver. So running kind of that same winch cable that we do for the buoy setup as the actual winches works out really well. And then going up to the top, we do have some pulleys instead of having a fixed wheel. You'll probably see some photos of this thing with just a rim up there that we had welded on, but the cable actually started to dig into that. So having more of kind of a snatch block winch setup works a lot better. Less friction that's going into there. For the winches on each side of this kind of tower, where the steering wheel is, you know, you can just plug in at any moment, line that up. The Badlands remotes are kind of universal to either winch, so there's one of these on each side, goes to each correlated winch per side, and then you can winch everything up and you're good to go. Then going over more, we just kind of braced it in with angle iron, tried to strengthen, you know, the front of the boat the best we could. Obviously you're taking a lot of that strength and structure out when you're cutting this apart. So bringing in like kind of a triangle, or you'll see like a lot of square tubing setups on other boats. Like I said, you know, these two little round snatch block kind of setup works a lot better than that rim. It's kind of your general view, you know, driving this thing. She's pulled a lot of sleds in her day, done pretty good. Then talking more about this initial kind of cutout structure here where we welded in the angle iron to spread the load across. What this actually was originally was an engine hoist. So it took the shock out of it, just welded in a steel bar at a decent angle just to kind of create that, you know, kind of crane aspect to it for really cheap. Got that for free and just, you know, went to town making it stronger and welding in stuff. And this one's kind of just bare bones, you know, cut and dry, get the job done. I wish I had, you know, seats and everything on the back of it, but the pontoon's almost too small to have that back there. Good old Evinrude tracker, 25 horse, 2-stroke, so you can run the same fuel in your sleds as the boat, which kind of works out nice too. Usually put an umbrella on the top of there, but windstorm took that off at the pond, so lovely. But like I said, you know, any questions or anything about how one of these work, I'll try and find a bunch of photos of other people's setups too as well. I know overseas they kind of make like a wooden raft because it's so shallow, but generally this is in about 15 feet of water where we practice at. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll show you some clips of this thing out in the action and some other photos of other pontoons if I can dig them up. Keep on riding.
Sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho, psycho.